The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the April 5th, terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary Tuesday. And of course, the easiest way to do that, it's to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go look at the circumstances of the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers. We're going to go figure out what they're communicating to you and I at just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. More importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free at any time to pick up that phone. Dial on in 877-927-6648 internationally, 727-445-1044. On this terrific Tuesday at this stage, doesn't look like Turnaround Tuesday, but we'll go try to figure that out. Welcome to the show. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Let's go ahead and get things kick-started here. We got the Dow trading down 128 points. S&P's off 21. NASDAQ Composite down 49. Russell's down 11. In just the last 10 minutes here, in this little 10-minute session, we've seen the market go ahead and push lower. And we'll take a look at Tommy's 10-minute bars inside the ES and the NQ to get a feel for what kind of conviction is behind that move. We've also got gold trading up $11, silver's up 18 cents, light sweet crude is back at 21 pennies. Lead the charge here to the upside. Dollar-wise, you've got Intercept Pharmaceuticals up $18. That is up 13%. Acuity Brands Inc. up $5, a little over 2%. Tesla, that is up about $3, up 1.5%. Adidas Medicine up 6%. That's up $2.50. To the downside, you've got Allergan. That's off about $43. Priceline down 11. Intuitive Surgical off 10. Palo Alto Networks down $10, about 6% to the downside. So it's 108, and we really want to see 110 before we switch over. But let's, and I've been away from the screens and everything for the last few hours, so I'm just really jumping in the chair here just as usual. We're going to go take a look at things. Obviously, we always look at them live, but for me, a total fresh start with regard to what are the markets doing as we speak right now. If we take a look at the NQ, look at the 30-minute chart out here, what we know is a top that was made thus far. We saw that was took place at about 6 o'clock yesterday morning. Price moving higher, doing a less relative strength out there, gives us a reversal. Prices move lower. Same thing here on Janet Yellen Tuesday. So a week ago today, we had Janet Yellen doing her, speech, her luncheon speech out here. Market continued to move higher till it ran into that pattern. Now, what we've got going on as we speak right now inside the NQ is the market moving lower, still doing it. This is a 30-minute chart that we're looking at with less relative weakness. Now, here's a level of support. First level, you had this pushing lower into the 10 o'clock time frame. Nice old bullish engulfing candle at 10:30. Even this little move lower here at between 10:30 and 11 did not negate this pattern. So this is your first level of support. On a 30-minute chart, you'd call it the 44.5775 level. It is now 110. Let's go see how this push here to the downside, go see what kind of volume it had behind it. We'll switch over to the NQ. Now, the low here that we're looking at, they're going to look at a couple of them, but the first one is right here. Let me just pop this, make this larger on the screen for the moment. Right here, probably was better, even smaller. At 9:40 this morning, that low is 44.5775. That's the low that we were looking at. 13,000 contracts traded down there. So far, that was tested and rejected at 12:30 with 3,500 contracts. During that last 10-minute, only 2,500 contracts pushing into that swing point, not being able to take it out. So what we know here, if we just go ahead and combine those two techniques, we know the market has been pushing lower into a swing point, into a price relative strength divergent level, and doing it with less volume out here, right? So we've got a failure on price and volume at this stage. Now, This is a 10-minute chart. This gives us let me just update this, make sure it's correct. We'll take a look at our 10-minute market profile, see what they say. We saw that price was trading below, so it's still trading below market profiles. Key here is going to be, can price get above 44.6675? If it does, you got to see it move to 44.75, maybe even 44.84. So that is the NQ. If we go take a look at the 30-minute chart there for the ES Mini, we can see we've got the same type of pattern, in fact, the exact same pattern here, where price has been pushing lower most morning long. Yeah, it started at about 7 o'clock this morning, really pushing lower, less relative weakness out here, and we still have that same pattern. Of course, the level of support inside of the potential level, where the buyers, right? We're just trying to identify where is it that the bells are trying to, show their muscle. The bulls are trying to show their muscle out here. Well, it happens to be at 2036.75. If we switch back over, we go take a look at what was going on during that 10 minutes as we were coming onto the air. Right here, let's go ahead and blow this up. And that is the swing point from 940. Between 940 and 950, that had volume of 84,000 contracts, as now that low was taken out, but with 29,000 contracts. I mean, we did see just a close below it during this 10-minute session. Prices back up above it. When we take a look at market profile, it says the next level of resistance could be the 2040 level. You get above that, 2042 is most likely in the cards, and perhaps a move back up to the 2046 level. So let's take a look at what the markets are doing short term, because we've looked at 30-minute and 10-minute charts. We don't have the same we do have the same pattern out here inside the Russell 2000 on a 30-minute chart out here. So the Russell 2000, which is the week indice out here, this too has been pushing, I'm going to update it, has been pushing lower, doing a less relative weakness out here, and says, now, is this going to be a buyable bottom like it was back on Janet Yellen last Tuesday? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm seeing too many other things that are suggesting not. It's really going to be important about today's close. Now, typically, and I don't know the exact percentage of time, but it is a substantial percent of the time. Let me just pull this chart up on the screen. We'll just go take a look at the Dow. Let me turn off some of the things that are going to show up on here because they're not really valid. But let's just turn off that. Oftentimes, when you see a market that opens at the lows, or the top, or opens up at the high and then trades down. So opens at the low and trades up. Oftentimes you'll see the candle session finish at the high for the day. And if you take a look at these candles. Here is take a look at the Dow. This is on Friday, right? April Fool's Day out here. Now, it didn't open all the way down at the bottom, but not unusual for it to close up at its high. Same thing out here in the trading day of March 20th. Oftentimes, you'll see these types of candles like I'm on for March 2nd. And so oftentimes, when you see a market that opens lower and starts trading higher, more often than not, you're going to see a close at the high of the session out here. Now, guess what? The exact opposite is true, especially inside of a downtrend. You just take a look at the candle sessions that began back on December 30th, December 31st. You'll see how many of them came close. Doesn't have to be exactly, but trading down towards the bottom, many times right at the low of the session out here. And as we take a look at the Dow right now, this is what makes me believe that as we come into the close here today, we're going to see a close at the low of the session. That would equate to a change in trend out here, if in fact that's how it plays out. But you go look at your charts and see that pattern out there. There's a little nugget that Steve-O gave to you. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Off 110, S&P is down 19, composite down 44. So we took a look at the ES Mini, we took a look at the NQs. We saw they're pushing lower, not doing it with the type of strength they need to take out the lows, at least not just yet. We looked at 30-minute charts that show patterns where we can see reversals, but the reversals have not gotten any kind of traction today out there. So that's got to make us say, something to think about. We can also go ahead and step up to the 120-minute time frame charts out here. Let's do that. And as we take a look at this, there's a brand new, let me just make sure that this is a brand new profile that has arrived inside the NQ. Wasn't there? No, it's not. Okay. It's one that's attempting to form, though. So next time, I'll just go ahead and leave it on here. But as we take a look at the 2-hour charts out here, you can see that price inside the ES Mini, that's the upper right-hand quadrant of my screen out here. You can see how this level of 2038 point, we'll call it 50 cents out here, should be strong support. That point of control, much closer to the bottom of the box. That should be. We know that the buyers are trying to defend, or the bulls are trying to defend that level. Same situation inside the Dow out here, but we can see during the last 4 hours, price has not been able. We only seen one test of the high of that box out here, 17,575, but it has not been able to bust through those levels. There's resistance, so you can see in the ES Mini resistance also at the top of the box taking place between 10 and noon here today. The high being 2048, so that's going to be a key level to the upside. No information, although it looked like there was a new box that is attempting to form inside the NQ out here. But that's what's going on there. So if these levels fail, let's look at both sides of the trade, right? The both sides of the trade at this stage here is a bounce, 2048 in the ES and 17,575 in the Dow and 4492, maybe all she has to the upside for at least the rest of the day out here. And if we, we're going to take a look at the daily chart. So if we go take a look at the daily, here we go. Now inside the daily, this says to us that the ES Mini more likely, is that a brand new box today? Well, let me just update this too, just make sure. Inside the ES Mini, yeah, most certainly is. So that's interesting when these boxes form like this, where you have the brand new high is above the previous high, and the low is below the previous low out here. All it's done is widened the trading range. It's widened the box out here. What we can see that is different. Let me do this. Let me turn this off, because there is an important message here. But the easiest way to do, we have to look at the stock chart without the pricing out here. So that's what we're going to go ahead and turn off. So as we turn, then we don't even need that horizontal line anymore, right? Let me get rid of that. Just delete it altogether. Okay. So as we take a look, let me turn off the weekly profile too. Let's just do this so we can go ahead and properly interpret the message out here. Okay. So when we take a look at, this is the box that we were in. I'll just go ahead and draw a square around it. Well, I was going to try to draw a square around it. What you have to do is actually initiate the tool. So there is the current, whoops. There's the box that we have been in here, right? We're right inside this little yellow area, right? And one of the things that you and I can do, we'll just blow it up, make it even a little bit easier to see, okay? Out here, there we go. That point of control, that little center of the box, see how it's closer here to the bottom? And not ever so slightly, but, it's definitely closer to the bottom. Says to us that the buyers are in control of this area right here. And if I turn the price back on, we can see that once price got got into this box here, tested low a couple times, was able to get into the high. Once it was rejected the high and moved higher, just said, hey, there's no reason for prices not to move higher. But today, we've got a brand new box. And what we can see here, the difference in this box, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, is take a look at where that point of control is now. That point of control. So sellers have really moved up to these. This is what it's communicating to me and my study of these over hours and hours and hours, and just take a look at the boxes, price action, and what it can mean to you and I to assist us in our trading. So here we can see we have a wider box out here that says resistance 2065 and change out here. But we now have the sellers, the buyers and sellers are more comfortable in selling from this pitch out here, which is closer to the top of the box. That says, hey, price may still find support towards the low of 2018, but more likely than not, if we see those 120-minute patterns fails, those price RSI patterns fail, any 10-minute bars get taken out with volume, price inside the ES Mini, yeah, it's going to go to 2030 next, but I would have to say 2018 is more likely its stop out there. And we can just glean that information from this wonderful horizontal level of support, information level of support and resistance, and then where that point of control is at. We can look at this. So let's go look at, so that's what the ES Mini is showing. Let's go take a look at the NQ, see what kind of message we've got out here. Well, why am I doing that? Why am I screwing? Where am I at? I didn't mean to do that. ESM6. Let me just go to the actual chart out here. Why am I making it harder on myself than I need to? So inside the NQ, we do not have any kind of new box at this stage here. But we can see if, in fact, the NQ, that's the Russell. And not that you don't want to hear about the Russell, but that's not what we were really gaming for. Oh, there is a brand new box out. Did I do that, really? I deleted the chart. If I were going to rewrite these programs, I wouldn't have the X button so close to the button where I want to maximize, right? I mean, that is, I can't tell you the number of times that I do that. I guess that was, so I don't have any choice here, do I? I now have to come back to this chart for the ES Mini, so I don't take up much of your time out here and actually go ahead and put in the NQ. Let's wait for this to populate. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to go ahead and turn off the weekly's already turned off. Oh, well, wait a minute here. So there was not so it looks like there's a new box that is attempting to form out here. Here's what we know. No, this is brand new today. Don't worry, folks. I did go out and have a 3 martini or 2 martini. I'm not even drinking these days out here, but I'll go ahead and get my act together. Here's what we can say about the current box inside the NQ, right? Where's the point of control? It's closer to the top of the box. That says 45.25. Is really strong resistance. More likely than not, the NQ is likely to get down to 44.36. Any close below 44.36 out here, and that says that prices may fall down. Well, it doesn't tell us where prices are going to fall to, because with regard to other boxes, the weekly, that's well above the highs out here. So those are the key levels inside the ES on the daily chart out here to give us an indication as to whether we're seeing really a change in trend out here, a character change in trend. I believe that we are. But the close is going to be the key that is important today inside of these markets. Very important. If we go take a look at advanced decline oscillators out here, we saw the New York Stock Exchange yesterday drop below the zero line, giving control to the sellers, and the sellers have jumped right on it. Now, we've got that little descending price channel that price has not been able to break back into. So old resistance can become new support out here. So that is kind of interesting. But at this stage of the game, it is certainly the sellers in control of the New York Stock Exchange. Quite frankly, they're in control of the NASDAQ Composite and the Dow. All advanced decline oscillators now down below the zero mark out here. Another level that you want to pay close attention to at today's close, and it is about the close, is going to be the VIX index. And if the VIX index can close today above 1508, and it is trading at 1571, but if it can close today above 1508, you can give me a couple of pennies out there, but above 1508, that's an indication from the VIX index that it has changed its character as well. And then we'll just have synergy in the markets that say, hey, a top is it. Is it the big top out here? Nah. It's just time for the markets to begin pulling back, but they will move higher. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is off 91. S&P is down 16. Hey, congratulations to both University of North Carolina, the Tar Heels, and Villanova out there. You know, if you are a sports fan, and in this case here, I had no skin in the game, really. I mean, I was out of my bracket pretty early on when Michigan State was taken out. But nonetheless, what a great end to March Madness. Talk about madness out there and emotions for goodness sakes. That was a great. You couldn't have scripted that any better, quite frankly, for I suppose either school. The end result, yeah. But what a great game out there. So much better than Saturday evening's games for sure. So no blowout at all. If we take a look at our message board here, it says we've got a call from Garo in California. Let's go out to Garo. Garo, how are you doing today?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thanks so much for asking. And looks like you are trading Visa.
I'm trading. I'm just looking at. I read a few articles at barchart.com and a few other articles somewhere else that Visa is going to triple or quadruple by end of this year. I needed your opinion.
By the end of the year?
This year, yeah.
Wow.
That's what I heard and I've read. I needed your opinion regarding Visa.
You don't need my opinion. I just say load up the boat. If it's going to triple at $76, you can sell it when it gets to, what would that be, about 2.25 or so?
Yes.
Yeah. We won't just take that opinion. Now, what we know about Visa, I mean, if you take a look at stocks, this certainly has been a great stock to have since its IPO, most certainly since 2011. It's pretty much been, just a nice move from lower left to upper right out here. So it looks pretty good. If we take a look at Garo, what it's doing on the daily charts, if we're trying to identify, is by the end of the year. So let's just first look at what Visa is doing and what it has to contend with out here. If you were of the nature to believe that Visa was going to be moving higher and someone was looking for a buy point out here, the first price levels that you would be looking at would be 75.37 to 75.86. And that is based on a brand new daily TAS market profile and the weekly one that's been established for what looks like a couple of months out here. If Visa were to close below those levels, that's 75.37 to the 75.80 area, that would suggest that Visa could actually pull all the way back down into the 69-ish area, which would really be coming back and testing the February 9th level out here. As far as patterns, what Visa has actually done, if I turn off those profiles altogether, it looks like it has created or is in the process of forming a Gartley sell pattern. The Gartley sell pattern requires there to be a fairly strong move in one direction, and that was the move from November 19th down to the lows on February 9th, and then there to be an A to B equals CD pattern. Well, that A point would be the low from February 9th, the B point would be the high from March 1st, and the C point would be the retracement March 10th. Well, what Visa did yesterday, Garo, was it went ahead and really on Friday. Yeah, yesterday was Monday. So on Friday and yesterday, it tested that 1-to-1 price projection, which is 78.10. Now, the retracement that it was doing from its all-time high back here on November 20th was also a 0.786 retracement. So what it's done, and what it's given us, is it's given us the possibility of to say that those lower prices could be achieved first. It's given us a Gartley sell. What it has not done, even though it doesn't look like it totally gapped down. Let me see if there's an actual gap down. So the low of yesterday, 77.53. The high of today, 77.47. There is a slight gap, which is a reversal signal in candlestick charting. So, you've gotten a signal that it's actually that a sell is in at this stage of the game, but not necessarily a sell that this thing is just destined to head lower, because from a volume standpoint, that's not a part of this matrix. But there is more of a feature inside of Visa right now that it wants to pull back than it wants to move higher right here, right now. As far as trying to come up with a technical reason for this thing to even double out here, I don't know what I would even use. What would you use to confirm that?
On June the 4th, Costco is going to take Visa. The American Express is going to be canceled altogether.
Yeah.
Don't you take that under consideration?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. You know, you can consider everything, but I guess what I would do is so if I go take a look at American Express and we go see what they're doing. Do you any chance that you know when Costco gave up American Express by any chance?
Is going to give up on 4th of June, and there is a big, there is a sign there at Costco.
Yeah.
It says that we honor American Express until 4th of June.
Right,
But it doesn't say that after that when they're going, what they're going to authorize after that. But that's what it says. That everywhere they say that after American Express, Visa is going to come, and the way that it looks like is from Citibank. That Visa from Citibank is going to come, and they're going to give a very good break for prices and so forth.
Right.
Better than American Express. Now, these are all rumors. We don't know which way it's going to go, but it's going to be Visa for sure.
Right.
So that Costco is not a small piddly institution. It's all over America, Canada, Costa Rica, and so forth. And
No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was wondering, and I don't know, I just tried to do a quick little search on it, and it seems like maybe it was October in 2015 when American Express lost the Costco account, and I don't know if that is correct. If it is, maybe somebody in the den can look that up and let me know.
They lost the contract, but still they accept. Still, I buy from Costco and I pay American Express.
Got it.
It's not fully complete. Yes.
No. I was just wanted to see how much did American Express has been trading lower, and I think that the Costco thing was just another piece of problem with inside the American Express stock chart out there. And all I wanted to see was when they gave up that news, how much did they actually lose in stock value, and just to see, hey, how about if you were to gain that as a customer, how much might you gain out here? I don't know. I'm not. The problem with Visa. Not that it's a problem. The problem for me with Visa, I can tell you on just a weekly chart out here, if I'm liberal with regard to price projections, and just utilize the wonderful thing about the lightning bolt pattern is that it gives us an opportunity to look at where price is headed to, and on multiple levels. If I'm liberal with regard to the A to B equals C to me, not conservative, my A point that I would start with would be the lows in October of 2014. You and I know that that's an important low in October of 2014. So when we get back to this break, can you stay on through this break here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll go back to Garland, California. We'll try to figure out where Visa might be headed to, why and where, and we'd love to hear from you as well. So give us a call, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry, powered by the acclaimed with TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back. Dow's off 102. S&P is down 18. And Garo, thanks for staying on through that breakout here.
Yes, sir.
So I was looking at the weekly chart. So we know that October of 2000, because if Visa is going to go ahead and double or triple, and you're saying by the end of the year, heck, let's just go take a look at important swing points and see what the behavior is out here. So October 2014, a very important bottom inside of the market. In the case of Visa, it moves from that low all the way up into the time frame of July in 2015 when it gets up to $76. Makes a 0.618 retracement, does it rather hastily, only takes a few weeks in order for that to occur, maybe about 6 weeks out here, but makes another bottom August of 2015. So we know that's also a very important swing point here. Now, when Visa, and this is a weekly chart that we're looking at, when it was able to get past that 76.92 level from a weekly base, so it was 60 million shares, it was able to get above it with 75 million shares. So it surpassed that B point with really, wide price spread, accelerated volume, but it never was able to really stay above that 76.92 level. Ended up pulling back out here. So at this stage, it's still at 76.80. It's not above that area. Even last week, 45 million shares. It doesn't have the same kind of volume as it once did as it was approaching that 76.92 level out here. Last week was last week a holiday? I can't recall. I don't think so. No, I don't think last week was a holiday. I can't recall if it was a 4-day week or a 5-day week. How about that, boy? But in any event, I don't see on the longer-term charts here, at least with regard to what buyers and sellers want to do with regard to volume metrics, which I know you don't use volume, but nonetheless, we would like to use volume. We'd like to use volume here to confirm these lightning bolt patterns. It's just not there. I believe that Visa, more likely, the pattern that is prevalent right now is on the daily chart where it has a Gartley cell that says there's going to be a pullback. And that would say that it probably at least comes back to test the swing point area for March 10th. That's got 10 million shares out here. Whether it's going to double or triple, and how much of an impact Visa's going to, the fees for Visa are going to impact the stock chart because of getting Costco. Hard to believe that, it's trading at $76 right now. Is Costco's business larger than all of Visa's combined business at this date? I doubt it.
Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Steve.
Yes.
On January, February, March, 19th of March, 2015, Visa split 4-1. At that time, it was $60-some, $70. So that is 4 times 7. That was $280. Without Visa being in Costco, as a regular sales, that price was $280. Don't you think if Costco adds to that business of Visa, again that will go up to $280?
I don't know from the price projection standpoint, and thanks for that additional information out here. And look, it's a strong performing stock. There's no question about it. But will it double or triple in price? Maybe it will. I don't have anything here that would tell me where the tools that I have say the next price area, and this is not a sell. I would not be telling people to go ahead and sell Visa, but the next buy looks like it's going to occur after some type of retracement out here. And on a daily basis, it's trading at 76.83. If this were to close below, today, I would say 75.60, and we're not there. It's a buck away. At 75.60, it then would confirm that it wants to move lower before it moves higher. But it's a nice looking stock chart. Can't argue with that. And I would think for the people that want to go ahead and get Visa, I just simply would go back to those market profiles that we looked at that would say where the different buy areas are likely to be. And again, that was down more in the 75.37 to 75.80 area. But are you considering this for a long-term hold for yourself?
No, I don't hold nothing long term.
Well, I didn't think so, but I thought I would check with you.
No, if it was a winner, then I would only day trade Visa, nothing else. I mean, I would get out of oil or Chevron, because Chevron is my favorite, very favorite. But I would just get out of that, and I will stick only to Visa, and I will always buy and sell Visa on daily basis, maybe 3-4 times a day, according to the 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes. So that's why I was thinking. I was thinking about it. But I appreciate your time and listening to me, Mr. Steve. Thank you, sir. I appreciate
My pleasure.
It.
Please keep us posted if I don't look at Visa, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
That was Garo in California out there, and that was a look at Visa out here. Very interesting. Okay. What any other questions inside then? Maybe if you wrote something in, I didn't get to it. My apology. Maybe just type it in again here so that I can take a look at that as well. So we've looked at the intraday charts out here. We know the battle where the bulls and the bears are. We know that when you open up at the highs and you sell off, there's a really good chance of closing at the session lows. There have been great patterns inside the markets here to suggest that here's where the bulls want to defend their territory, but they haven't been able to do it today. And so the close is going to be very important. It's got to make us say, something to think about. Hey, those 30-minute patterns that we were looking at out there, same thing in gold, right? Gold had a nice little flurry here this morning. What was it doing? Well, it was able to move higher until what? It was moving higher, doing it with less relative. This is a 30-minute chart that we're looking at, doing it with less relative strength. If you take a look at counting from the low here at 10:30 in the morning, this is on, looks like February 1st out here on April Fool's Day. You've got an A to B equals CD to the upside. You've also got 7 waves on the 30-minute chart, price relative strength divergent pattern. So it's just a normal move out there, trying to convince people that gold really wants to move higher. Intraday, got intraday stuff. When I say gold's moving lower, obviously, how can it be moving lower? It's at 12:30 today. Its intention is to move lower and much, much lower out there. And all of these rallies that we've seen over the course of the last couple of weeks out here have been nothing more than counter-trend rallies in a market that wants to sell off out there. So gold, we can see the pattern that it formed, very similar to the patterns that we have taken a look at here, forming the bottom thus far today inside of the market. So the close is really going to be the key. We've seen some pretty big swings inside currencies, have we not? If we take a look at the euro, Japanese yen, this thing here down trading at 125. Let's go take a look at it. Normally, as you know, I pay attention to this currency pair because of its directional correlation to the markets. It's been so-so. So I've kind of shelved it for a little while, waiting for it to knock on my door and tell me it's ready to be that carry trade vehicle to assist us with the direction of the market. Right now, the better direction of the market, quite frankly, comes from, directionally speaking, is what I'm referring to, is really from that light sweet crude trade with regard to the ES Mini. Here is the top portion of my screen. That happens to be the ES Mini. Bottom portion, this is a 30-minute chart here for light sweet crude. And what we can see is just, again, directionally speaking, really following. It's not a tick for tick, not intended to be a tick for tick, tick for tack type of indicator out here, but really pretty good. It's been working 80% of the time from a daily standpoint, at least for the last couple of months out here. So we've got the Dow. She is trading down by about 100 points or so, I believe. Let's see. I'll tell you in a moment. 103. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Commodity Solution CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 8 equally weighted commodities, including WTI crude oil, gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, corn, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With annual pricing caps of 70% per component, you could earn up to 70% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this indexed CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The April 14th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 82. Let me give you a couple of numbers that you can use going into today's close. I've said the close is going to be very important. The number right down for the Dow Jones Industrial, 17,714.82. You close below that, says that the character of the Dow has changed to the downside. Inside the NASDAQ, the composite, the number is 4849.73. And I'm being exact here, as you should. Inside the NASDAQ, the NDX 100, 4469.37. Inside the Russell 2000, 1104.90. If you see closes below those levels, that says that the character of the market has changed and further downside action. If those levels hold, if the market closes above those, it says that today was nothing more than a test of support. Inside the S&P 500, the magic number is 2062.92. That's about 12 points higher than where it is trading right now. Let's go down to Safety Harbor and speak with Scott. Scott, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, if you're not doing good today, you've got a big problem. If you're in Florida, it's just blue skies and clear air. It's just wonderful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, we've got about three minutes. So I know you want to take a look at potash. Tell me how
potash,
I can assist.
Bowles and I have looked at it last week, and it's just, it's way down. It is 52-week low. It's the only really one of those commodities that it's just hanging way back and hasn't responded to any of this upside. So I just want to get another take on it.
Are you trying to buy this? So tell me what
I was in it before and looking for another entry point.
Got it. Okay. So if we take a look at potash, there's what we know here, and if you're watching us on Tiger TV, what I can see here is right here in the trading session of March 24th, that was a hammer candle. That low out there is 1662. Looks like we've got another hammer candle, which we do here on April Fool's Day. And whenever we see a close below a hammer candle, our rhyme is, if you're long, you're wrong. What does that mean? That means that price is going to go lower. So your question, Scott, an excellent question, where is price headed to? Well, we have our TAS weekly profiles as one of those levels that can be watching. So one of the numbers that I would suggest would be watch the 1535 area. We also know that one of these hammers can act as a B point of an A to B equals CD to the downside. The first hammer had 8 million shares. When price got down through it yesterday, only 5 million shares. The second hammer had 5.6. Yesterday was 5.8. But yesterday's hammer candle was not the B point of an A to B equals CD. That lightning bolt projection out here, I'll do the conservative one. Scott, that would give us a price projection, really the same price projection on the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. So 1535 is going to be your key level to be watching. It's not that it can't extend beyond a 1.1 A to B equals CD. So your next level on the way down would be 1463. Now, the cool thing about those levels is that you were talking about this is at its 52-week low out here. Well, we can just go look at the high volume low from the trading day of January 25th, the date, in essence, that you had picked out. And that low has not been tested. That low is $14.81. Oops, I'm sorry. Is $14.64. So very likely your test out here, because it's is likely a test of that low, and you want to see a test of that low with less than 23 million shares, and that then could be your buy point out here. If it's coming in there with volume, then there's probably a larger A to B equals CD to the downside. So how do those numbers sound to you?
It sounds good. I would probably prefer to start scaling in at right under 16 in the 15 range and down to that. My personal
the bulls are out. The bulls were out there. The bulls were out there with those hammer candles, and they failed, and that's not a good sign out there. I wish we had more time, but I'm going to be cut off here in about 10 seconds. So Scott, thanks so much for calling. And have a great day. And folks, stay tuned. Our man David White is going to be up next. Then, of course, it's Terrific Tuesday, so we've got the Tom O'Brien Show from 3 to 5. Andy Heck, bring it on home. Have a great Tuesday. Look forward to seeing you on wonderful Wednesday.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.